Westworld, Season 4, Episode 7. We're in the Sublime. We're out of Sublime. We're doing tests. We're not doing tests. There's copies of copies. We're going to talk about it. Spoilers up ahead. Welcome back to AsArt. My name is Nick, and I have Britt with me. By the way, she has an awesome Instagram. Go check her out, chacha.chacha.cherry. And today we're going to be talking about Westworld. But just so you know, we covered tons of shows here on HBO Max, from Primal to Raised by Wolves. I mean, we even covered Watchmen when it aired for the first season. You name it, we're trying to cover it. We like HBO Max and tons of other streaming services, from The Boys on Prime and Netflix. We watch... oh my gosh, Stranger Things. There's so many shows, I'm losing it. But we're going to talk about it because I might be a copy of myself. No, I think I'm the real me. We're going to get into it. All right. What do you think? Any impressions?
I mean, and
are you lost?
I mean, I was kind of shocked by the ending. But okay, let me go back to my notes.
Well, you know what? There's something we can talk about. So at the beginning, we're in the Sublime.
Right.
Which is kind of cool because it's like, okay, so this isn't really what, like, the real world or something like that. And then at the end, I think we jump to the Sublime too. Because during the day, the man in black, William, shoots Bernard and it's daylight. Then all of a sudden it's nighttime,
right.
And then he's walking out of the building. So it's like, what? How did the time just change that quickly? So it's like, are we in a simulation at night at the end? What's really going on?
Oh.
But yeah, it's a little confused. I was like, why are we jumping to night all of a sudden? I was a little confused. I don't know if that's a real thing, but let's talk about some of the things you liked in the episode, because I know it's not your favorite episode.
No, it's not. But okay, I thought the scene with Dolores, Christina, trying to kill herself in the tub was actually really pretty. Like, I really liked the shots of her underwater. I don't know why she was wearing a swimsuit in her own tub, but like, I thought that was just really pretty how they done that.
Yeah.
But also when we were talking about it, it's like, man, it's so simple whenever she comes to these conclusions. Like, okay, make them sit by each other and talk in the previous episode and then disperse. Now it's like, me go underwater for 60 seconds. I can't die. Like, okay, that's a little.
Well, is it that she can't die, or she wanted to live?
Oh, that's one way to look.
Because I saw it almost as a flip from the last time her and Teddy were together. Teddy kills himself and she wants to live. And then now it's the other way around where he's like checking in on her kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Cute. I want to see more with their love story, but it just kind of seems like I feel like Dolores. I'm just like super confused wherever I'm going. I just have no idea what's going on. So I kind of feel like Dolores in that.
Yeah. Very interesting Dolores, right? Because I think this Dolores was uploaded maybe at the time when everyone else was uploaded to the what is it called, the Sublime.
Yeah.
So I think
why are they calling it that? Like,
that's
is that because
it's supposed to be? It's like the afterlife, like Sublime.
Mm-hmm. It's their Nirvana, but it's
yes.
Sublime. Even though I can't help but think of the band.
Yeah, exactly. Both bands. But, and it's so interesting too, because remember at the end of season 2, that's when the Sublime was open, and that's where everyone went in and stuff. So she opened the Sublime for all the people to go through. So we also know she took 3 copies of herself, or like 5 copies of herself, to the real world. Who knows if she uploaded a version of herself to the Sublime at that time too? Okay. And this could be the version of her inside the Sublime. And I know I've been calling her Evil Dolores, and I got the comments. I'm going to stop calling her Evil Dolores because technically anyways, but yes, the comments, thank you so much. So this is Hale, right? Hale. So Hale is a version of Dolores that was also made at the end of season 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
I did think it was really cool with Hale this episode that she was wearing red. Like, you don't ever see color anymore. Like, everyone's always wearing their monochromes. It's like, oh, burst big red with the red. I kind of figured something was going to happen to her because she was wearing red. I think that was like a dead giveaway, but it was cool how the stylist did that. Because only Dolores wears blue. Everyone else is wearing black or white.
Black or white. Yeah.
All the time.
Basically. Yep. Everyone's very... Which is interesting too, right? Like, because we talked about the Matrix a lot in this season, and even with the mirror shots in this season too, like when she's looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh, it's so Matrixy when he like touches the mirror. It's like this idea of like, what world are you really in, kind of thing. And you're viewing yourself and all that. And it's even a trip because later on we find out she's physically not there, and that's why no one's interacting with her. So it's like, oh,
does that mean Caleb's not physically there?
Well, I mean, I believe Caleb is physically there because I think he was set up there for a trap.
Okay, right? Yeah.
So basically, I think he was set up for a trap. That's why I'm like, wait, is he? Are they able to track him now? Because he was like there, and they're just like, oh, well, let's just run away. It's like, is this going to be a trap later on where they can track him? I don't know if anyone
cares about him now. If Hale's not there, like who cares to get a hold of him? What, Mr. Black?
I don't know if that's the end of Hale though.
And the Man in Black. I always want to call him Mr. Black, but the Man in Black.
I don't know if that's the end of her storyline though.
Well, when they get shot in the head, it doesn't actually kill them unless it hits the pearl, right? So technically, Maeve's not killed. Bernard isn't technically.
I mean, that might be Bernard's end because every flash forward sequence we ever gotten we have already seen it all with the tunnel and this and like his whole story. I think his story has come to an end. I think at that point he set all the pieces just kill them. Well, I mean, obviously Maeve has been brought back. Anyone can be brought back probably because it's a database. Yeah. But I think he reached his end of his future like path. What he was supposed to do. That's why like when you saw the loop happen again, right? Remember how they go through and then the second time he goes through, he places something, like he puts something in his pocket and then he places that item behind something. And then, and the video at the end, he's like, the item's like to your left or something like that. Or he says something like, look to your left or blah, blah, blah. So he's leaving a message for someone to pick up the item, which will probably be the weapon to kill whoever needs to be killed to save the end of the day kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think he's dead. I feel like usually you have to have a bigger, whenever they kill someone, it's like in Naruto, they have the big flashback scenes. Like usually for 3 big characters like that, like
yeah,
exactly. And you're not going to take them all out.
Bernard did have a send off though, compared to everyone else.
Compared to the other ones, maybe, but not as big as they would do for characters when they're a main character like that.
Yeah, but it's the idea like he was following his son through the sublime through the door, so it's like him closing his story almost too. It's like So yeah, it could be that. Yeah, that he got more of a send off for sure than anyone else did that got killed.
Because I don't think they're dead. Because they're AI, so I don't think they're dead.
And then the other idea is the original.
Except for Mr. Black or the Man in Black, he's dead because he got stabbed.
So do you think he's dead, even though he's in a health vibe chamber, or he's in a preservation chamber still? So like is that
hyperbaric chamber?
Yeah. So if that closes, is that going to be able to?
But if you're stabbed in the heart and the heart stops pumping, I don't know.
But he is in that chamber, so if they do want to bring him back, kind of thing.
No, I think that he's just going to be embodied into that character because how he had that big conversation with himself, like I'm still in you, like so I'm going to like take over you. Like my will of a person is going to take over the AI, which I thought about that with myself. It's like if somebody made a duplicate of me, I'm pretty sure that I would probably take over the AI mind myself. But like, you're stuck with me.
Almost kind of goes into the title of the episode. You were telling me before we hopped on.
Yeah, it's great. So it was Metanoia. Metanoia, and it's in Greek, and it means to change one's mind, which is interesting.
Which happened a lot in this episode, right? Bernard used it on Maeve many times. He used it almost on himself with the simulations. Mm-hmm. We saw it with Dolores. We saw it even with almost every character, right? Is like they're all making this decision, like especially the Man in Black, Williams.
Yeah.
He made the choice, and then everyone made the choice to stay and do the right thing in their mind. What is the right thing, kind of thing.
Yeah, I thought it was cool how they closed it out with The Man Who Sold the World from David Bowie. The cover did, like, and the line that they were using from it, I was like, oh man, that's so cool.
Didn't Nirvana also cover it too?
I know it's David. I'm gonna say it's David Bowie.
No, but I'm almost like the guitar. No. I just remember Nirvana covering it too. which was just funny because you mentioned
Yeah.
the Sublime and Nirvana, so I was just like thinking about that.
Totally
Yeah,
different
David
grunge
Bowie.
to reggae to David Bowie, but yes.
No, but like the idea, like
Yeah.
the Sublime Nirvana, so that's what made me think of that. But
Yeah, I thought it was cool though because they were like using the parts of the lyrics like, "Oh no, not me. We never lost control. You're face to face with the man who sold the world." And it's like, "Oh, the man in black," and he literally sold humanity and the world to itself to turn it on itself. So it's like, okay, they're pulling a little bit of a theme on that. I think once again, I'm just not happy with Caleb's daughter. Running around. It's like, okay, see, you got shot. You're not really a fighter. Like, you've had all this training. You've survived the apocalypse. You meet your dad, you're going to get shot in the
if
lake.
you guys really want to hear Brittany's opinion on that, check out our last episode here, which things I totally messed up, Brittany. I don't know what happened to me. And it was so funny. You guys called me on the comments. Thank you so much. But yes, Maeve saved Frankie, not the girlfriend, because I was like, oh, no wonder why she left the gun there for the girlfriend. I didn't even think about it. I was like, and then the girlfriend came back and saved her, but nope, that did not happen at all. It was definitely Maeve. You didn't catch it. I didn't catch it. I was just talking out of my head, I guess, and I was completely wrong.
I just don't find Caleb's daughter's story that compelling as it should be. Like, even with her seeing her dad and whatnot, like, I would trip out. Like, in that scenario, like not seeing my dad or like her older brother.
Stubbs killed the moment by getting himself locked in the case.
Well, actually, that was interesting. So Bernard told him he's not going to survive with Whitney, and then vice versa, he still survived, and Bernard's the one that got taken out.
Well, so far.
Yes,
and he did just turn left, technically, because like I think when left, because they went left out of the subway or the tunnel, so they did go left through the door. So it's like maybe that's the left he was talking about, and not the left in the hallway.
Well, and that scene when you get, I'm just gonna call her Dolores because I see her as Dolores or
Hale?
Christina. No, Dolores / Christina and Teddy. They're like walking this way through the hallway.
Christina. Oh, okay.
And then then here comes Whitney and Caleb's daughter. Like, okay, that timing. You guys didn't see each other.
But remember, maybe she's not physically there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. It's because she's not real, and you guys can't see Teddy and Dolores.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that. It's true because that makes sense when they walk.
Because it was a very weird cut.
It was
like the same. Cut. I don't think the camera angle even changed, and they walked right through. So
that was probably a deliberate shot for that. Okay. I need to be nicer on that. I thought it was cool with like the Hoover Dam still.
This episode did have some cool twists.
More than the last episode. Yes.
This one felt very like original to Westworld, like with the twist, like, whoa, what's going on here? Also, we're within a simulation. It was more like questions kind of like bouncing around compared to like previous episodes, which I thought was pretty nice.
Did you see the behind the scenes on the fight scene?
Oh yeah,
I thought that was funny about the white drones, like how it just gets absorbed. I was like, oh my gosh, that just sounds like a mess to be dealing with.
Trying to lift your foot up and everything too. That, and it was so cool, funny too, because like when she got kicked or punched and she went flying, I was like, oh, that's really cool wire work. Like it really looked like wire work and no CG, and it was cool to see that too in the behind the scenes of her.
That they wanted to shoot it and keep it simple. So I did think that was really cool. I did want to see a little bit more of a fight scene with Maeve because she just has such fun fight scenes to watch. But I was kind of surprised that ended all so quickly in the water, because we were saying like, oh, it's going to be a big fight. There's going to be some major fights. And instead we're just seeing everybody turn on themselves and fight themselves. And everyone's just trying to scurry out of that, which now come to think of it, was
very similar to the end of Westworld season 1, right?
Yeah. Nearly when y'all start like killing each other. Totally.
Yeah, like that's what I'm like. I've got some Westworld vibes for sure in this episode. And then what's interesting too, to talk about everyone going wild and then Caleb. So we know from the previous episode, his host isn't like his host body doesn't last that long. He almost has a timer, and we know this host body is probably going to die next episode. So this might be the last time we actually see Caleb.
Unless he's not dead.
Unless they make another one. But I mean,
and they don't destroy the earth.
Unless they have old Caleb somewhere. But
I also didn't like the AIs that they were transcending into. Are they not supposed to have arms?
Yeah, so they maybe because so they can't take their brain out.
That Like veg. I was like, dude, it's like a veggie tail, but
they
with
are
legs.
stuck in Hale's evil version of the sublime. Like they're not allowed to get out. Maybe.
Yeah, and like I was kind of curious to why she was so quick to like I get that she doesn't want to be here and she was holding out with that body, but being ready to transform so quickly, even though her plan wasn't completely in motion already.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting with Hale's character, but I love her. I think she's so cool. I think she's a great actress too. Like I just like everything about what she's got going on. I think she's rad. But it was interesting. I was like, okay, why you're giving out so quickly? But I feel like since the last episode it was so drooling and slow, and then like pop, 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 pop. You're gonna go from like Man in Black. You're gonna go to just the deaths back to back to back to back. It's just a weird rhythm, but at least there are things happening.
Well, yeah, and then remember we were asking the question, where do they go from here?
Yeah. I think they're just going to kill everyone.
No, but like, remember we're like, what's going to happen? Because we're like, there's only 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
Like how fast, and it is moving a lot faster now. It's really
I just think that what they should do is just destroy everything and like end the show. Well, I think the humans should die. I think the host should die. I think the Earth should end. And they're like, this is what happens, guys, when you don't take care of each other and just have like a life lesson and like shut down the show.
All right, you heard it here. That's how it's going to end, everyone. Let us know down below if you agree with Britt.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor. And then I'm going to talk about a little bit of the trailer that was released afterwards. So just a couple things that stood out to me. We see Hale in the trailer for next episode. William's riding like a horse. So it's like, man, he's really going back to his Westworld roots.
I actually didn't see that. I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, that was the trailer, I think, right after, like when the episode ends and the trailer comes on. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was like he's on the horse again. And then, yeah, we have Hale there. So there's definitely going to be a climax or an action sequence or maybe it's all going to be done in the simulation too. Because I feel like even the hosts that have been in the simulation had time to even predict the future too. So they might even know this attack is coming and have a defense ready for whatever's going to enter it, or with
if the door being open. A lot of hosts are cool and killing themselves anyways.
Yeah. And then do you think Teddy is just part of a simulation that Hale's running on Dolores?
That, or I thought it could be Dolores or Hale. You know what I mean? Like if
she wakes up and
those
he's
are the
there.
only 2 people that would care about Teddy.
Yeah, but like when she wakes up, he's there.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
creepy.
and it's almost like that with Caleb, like wake. And it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like you wake up and you like get into
it's kind of like The Grudge
simulation kind of thing. Like, oh, what would Dolores do? Would she go and turn off all the systems? Would this happen? It's almost trying to predict.
But if she's just in Sublime, she can't actually do anything. Which even at the end when like they were not listening to her because it's like and like it's like, oh, you're not real. They can't see you. Like what could she even do then if she's not even real? If she's in a simulation, then there's
I
don't know point to that character.
Before she had a connection because it was a previous Dolores plan. Like one of her copies of herself. So I think she had a way to tap into it. Where now it looks like it's William's.
Right.
With the new protocol or the new Westworld match and game and stuff like that.
So it's going to probably come down to a fight between William and whom?
I mean, it could be Hale. She could be coming back with vengeance.
Oh, she's probably pissed. Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be that. It could be Dolores too, which would be very poetic because we know Dolores and William has a very interesting history too.
Yeah, I could see Teddy too getting in on that, like Teddy and Dolores.
He's looking for answers again. That's the character of William, right? Like, there's even a part, I think was it
when he's talking to himself,
season 2, when he even determined he even thinks like, am I even a host myself, or am I real? Or maybe that was season 3, and then even just the whole season 1, Dolores is what is like the map or the game for him. Like that's the key. So maybe Dolores and William will finally meet again, and that would be the
I could definitely see something going down with those 2 characters.
All right, let's read some comments.
So Nemo Mark,
yes, from France, thank you. He's one of our subscribers from France.
Oh, awesome. I noticed an error, missed a detail. Maeve says Frankie from Death. How or who set up his brain in Maeve? Bernard and Stubbs are attached.
Yeah, so basically he was calling out my error, I think, that I was that I addressed earlier. But yes, thank you. I was totally wrong by that. I did say Maeve's girlfriend Air, but yes. Thank you so much for pointing that out, guys. I always like getting corrected.
And I feel like we just watch it. We're not like studying deeply
And
into this.
it's like we record right after watching, and this is us just releasing our thoughts right after watching. So it's very raw.
Raw, wiggling.
Yeah. Okay, Smeagol. Raw, wiggling.
Okay, then we have to.
By the way, me and Expert Kai are be covering the new Lord of the Rings show here, and we're also thinking about doing live streams of the original together with you guys, a watch party. So let us know, comment down below if you're interested in Lord of the Rings content, because we love Lord of the Rings here. But don't you have a tattoo, Britt?
I do.
Elvish tattoo? Yeah.
I do. I have some elfin on my bicep. You can't really see it.
So we are original Lord of the Rings fans. We can't say we're fans of the new show yet because it's not out yet. Oh. And that's questionable. Anyways, next comment.
Okay, Drow Dudley. Caleb definitely had a Batman emoji voice going on. Yeah. I was thinking the same damn thing throughout. It was almost like Aaron Paul was doing a demo for future. I'm sorry, this thing's like future movie. LOL.
Yes, I know.
Icon out of the text.
Yes, it definitely felt like Batman. I know. I totally got Batman vibes, even with like the torture scene too, when like Batman's getting like questioning the Joker. Remember? Yeah. Like, he's like, I can't understand you.
Awesome though. Like how cool, how good of a job did Christian Bale do of that though to pin this? Like that's going to live on forever. Yeah. That voice is going to like we're not going to ever stop talking about Batman's voice.
By the way, we watched Howl's Moving Castle. It was John's first time watching it, the anime. And Christian Bale does the voice of Hal, and it's very similar to the Batman voice. If you guys pay attention, he actually did that before doing the Batman movies. It was like his tester for doing the Batman movies.
That's cool.
I'll put the video here. But anyway, keep going.
Okay, let me get that. I don't know. Lucas Ramos. Evil Dolores is Wyatt. Dolores is Dolores. Smiley.
Exactly. I know. That's why I've been trying to say Hale, I know I've been saying Evil Dolores this whole season for Hale, but yes, technically you're correct. Wyatt is the evil version of Dolores. Thank you for correcting me. That's totally season 2 stuff and like season 1 stuff. Thank you for bringing that back. Thank you. Thank you.
And then I think this is our... No, we have 2 more. Jeepster Mario.
Yes. Welcome back.
Aaron Paul is always going to torture... in all of his roles.
Yes, he's always getting torturing it, right? It definitely feels that way. They're definitely casting him to be tortured. He does a good job at it though, right? That's why they keep casting him.
Kind of like Liv Tyler and crying.
Yeah. And Sean Austin, right? Boromir as dying. Oh no, wait, no, it's
John
not
Austin's Sam.
No, that's Sam. But oh my gosh, what is his name? But yes, but it's like Boromir. He always get casted to die. Like in all of his movies, he dies.
Why can't I remember his name right now? It's because he hasn't been in anything.
Game of Thrones. Okay.
Well, that and then I think National Treasure.
But oh my gosh! And by the way,
he was the bad guy.
Yeah, they're bringing back National Treasure as a show.
Are they?
Yeah, but he died, I think, in the National Treasure movies. But anyways, here or there, that's not correct. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining. Oh, there's one more comment. Oh, sorry, guys. Let's go. One more. No,
one more, guys. Carlos Danger. I'm really trying to like this show again, but sheesh, the writing leaves a lot to be desired.
This kind of goes along with you and your process through the season, huh? It's very roller coastery where it's like we want the show to do well, so we're picking it out, but it's like it's not like a bad show. Mm-hmm. It's not the worst season out of the 4 for sure. It's kind of getting closer, tied with season 2 for me, where it's like there's elements I like and obviously there's things I don't like, but it's like it's one of those things like we want it to be good, but we don't know what's going to happen now with HBO and the layoffs and the shows getting rid of writers and other stuff too. So it's like, is this not going to be good for HBO? But
there's probably going to be another writer's strike soon, and then we're going to end up in another situation like Heroes, where like no one's going to show up to work.
Heroes, oh my gosh!
Recently, somebody brought up Heroes, so and I was like, I think Nick's like the only person.
Hiro Nakamura, right? Is that his name?
The cheerleader, and what was it? Pete.
Pete, and then
the one who used to make
Flying Man or whatever. Yeah, and then Skylar.
Yes. Oh yeah, the cheerleader.
Was that the cheerleader's name?
No, but I remember the cheerleader.
Skylar was the guy that was cutting off everyone's head, right?
Oh my God, Sylar.
Sylar.
Yes, he also is in Star Trek.
Yes,
he plays
Spock.
Oh gosh. I'm tired.
Spock. Yes. Live long and prosper.
Yes.
Subscribe and share. Follow Brittany, cha-cha.cha-cha.cherry on Instagram, and go to AsArt.space for all the audio video links or these cool shirts we're designing. Here's Raised by Wolves. We got our Audi shirts, and we're working on some new designs as we speak. We want to do some cool dinosaur stuff because we're such big fans of Primal. So subscribe, stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next AsArt. All right, perfect timing with the cough. No, it's not, because you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. Are you in the sublime? Are you not? Are you in simulation? Are you not?